What is up, turds and turdettes? Welcome to sample 12 of the recap. I'm one of your hosts, Looney Lindsay, and that, of course, is my very lovely and no need for introduction co-host, Tara Pterodactyl. What is crappin' in, Tara?
Hey, how is it going?
It's going. It's nice for some warm weather to finally be here. I mean, not today, but yesterday for sure.
Yesterday was glorious. And it's funny, I say this all the time. I'm like, 45, 50 in February, March hits different than October, November.
100%. It's like windows down, radio up.
Yeah.
And you did your last long run yesterday before your upcoming half.
Yes, I did. I don't know. Today is Sunday, March 1st. I don't know when you guys are listening, but Erica and I are going for round 2, trying again to check off South Carolina. We leave Thursday, and I am running the half marathon on Saturday, and Erica's going for the full. So right now, looking at the weather, because I'm a weather stalker, it looks like it's going to be 60 like flat at the start of the race, which I'm probably gonna die because I don't do well.
That's a little too warm for us.
Yeah, I'm going from like -10 right into 60, 70-degree difference. Let's go. So I will die a slow death, but Erica loves those temps.
Yeah, well, of course, you also ran early yesterday, so you missed out on the warmer temps.
Yes, I was being a good friend because my best running friend, Jen, she's also one of my good friends. She had to work. So she's like, I have to run really early. So we met at freaking 4:45 in the morning. And I'm like, of course, that one day it's going to be in the 50s. I have to run at the ass crack of dawn. So.
Yeah, of course. I was dying. I wore a vest over my long sleeve shirt. And within a mile, I just had to like unzip it. It was flapping behind me. I looked like an idiot. But yeah.
Yeah, we have entered the season of what the fuck do I wear today?
Nothing is ever right. Nothing is right.
Never.
I had to come back. I was like 5 miles in. I only had a mile left. I had to go to the bathroom. So I was like, I'll just go to my house. I'll take off this vest and my gloves and my hat. And I'll finish after.
Yep. 'Tis the season.
So other than that, what's been going on? I know you have a lot of races lined up. So
yeah, I'm really like, after this race, I've got my next 6 races are all half marathons, and they are all in 6 different states. So from now until I think June 20th, Grandma's, that'll be my last half until the fall. So we're checking them off fast and furious.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So do we want to introduce our guest today?
Yeah, our guest today, she has actually been on the runs 2 other times. So the first time she was on with them, she was on back in April 11th of 2024, right before the Boston Marathon. And then she came back the following year to recap the Boston Marathon when she ran it again for the second time. So we are super excited today to catch up with her and find out what she's been up to since then, which has been a lot because she's super fast. So I'm sure you all will remember lovely Jess Lindeman, purple hair, just hilarious with reels and, all of her social media. She's super creative, busy. She's mom. She's a pre-K teacher. So we are excited to find out how she's been doing since Boston and since Chicago and everything else she's been up to. We're looking forward to it. Yeah, so we just did a quick intro before you hopped on with us, sort of recapping the last 2 times you were on the runs. And now that you're on with us, we are so excited to hear how everything has been going since your last time on, which was last April, right after Boston. So give us the updates of everything.
Yeah, we'll just go right into it. So
okay. So since Boston last year, I ran an ultra, I'd say a month later, called the Ripper. It was like their first ever Ripper in Delmarva in Maryland. And that was a 14-hour ultra. And
you went right in.
We feet first, right? But it was kind of like a last minute thing to do with my friends. One of my friends was leaving for Germany or moving to Germany in about a month. And she's like, hey, there's an ultra that's brand new. It's called the Ripper. And it is exactly how it sounds. The Ripper. It will rip you a new one. And I'm like, let's do it. So my two best running friends and I decided to participate. And it was a lot of fun. But I'm not going to do it again.
Was it like trail?
Yes. So it was trails. It was heavily rooted in some areas. There's a lot of twists and turns. And I thought I was going to like face plant a bunch of times. Luckily, I stayed on my feet most of the time. But I'd say I'm one and done with that one. I've lived it. I'm done.
You've experienced it. So you're one and done with that particular race.
Yeah, I lived through it. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
Curious, how many miles did you get for 14 hours?
Let's see. Almost 60. I'd say like 58 and some change.
Oh,
But
that's impressive.
Close to 60. But I couldn't have asked for better weather. It was like the perfect day to just get out there and run. But I'm done with that one. So moving on. And then I started training for Chicago 2025. And I don't know what it was about last summer. It was brutal over here on the East Coast. I mean, we had like 80, 85 degrees, but man, the humidity was a killer. And I'm like, maybe I enjoy winter training more than summer training. And now I take that back because we've had such a shitty winter.
It's been awful.
It's been awful.
It was there. I mean, you guys are up north, so you got it worse than us. But still, like down here in Maryland, we don't know what the weather is going to be like. And this winter was just horrendous. But I trained for Chicago. I think that was the only race that I trained for throughout the summer. And I did really well. I was hoping to break 310, but I broke 315 and I'm happy with that because training in summer is brutal enough. So I enjoyed Chicago. I went with my two best girlfriends again. And we had a blast. So Chicago is always going to be one of my favorites just because the crowds show up and, you know, it's different than Boston. You know what I mean? It's like, but I mean, it's like a party on every block. So, and then
awesome. I'm happy to hear that because I'm running my first Chicago this year. And I've run New York and Boston. So I get to compare. Yeah. But I'm nervous because this is my first ever fall marathon. Well, I ran New York in like 2007. I was like 20 something, so you can do anything when you're 20.
Oh yeah.
But I have never trained for a marathon in the summer, and I am like so nervous about the heat.
Well, yeah, just stay super hydrated, stay positive. It's gonna be brutal.
Yeah.
No matter where you are in the summer, it's just gonna be terrible. Just expect that and give yourself some grace.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're an early morning runner. I'm an early morning runner, so that's one good thing I have going for me is I can get the coldest or coolest part of the day out of the way. So hoping for that.
Exactly. But even at 5, it's like you get out there. I open the door at 5 and I'm already sweating my ass off because it's that humid. It's
a humidity.
But just expect that. Yes,
Yeah.
The humidity's a killer.
I'm ready for it.
But it is so much fun, like Chicago is.
So
awesome.
Was that your third time? Your second or third time doing Chicago?
That was my second time doing Chicago.
Second. Okay.
Yeah. And it's still amazing. So you're gonna have a lot of fun. It's flat and fast. And fast.
I'm going with Erica, so she's going to show me the way.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I really wish I would have met up with her in like last year because she was running it, but there was just had so little time, you know. I think I got there the night. When did I get there? I got there Saturday, got my packet and everything, and then Sunday it was like go time, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a lot of fun. You're gonna have a great time, especially with Erica.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then after Chicago, I laid low for a little bit. And then my friend Lizzie was like, hey, let's sign up and do a half marathon in December. I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm looking to break 1:30. I was like, okay, let's do it. And it was called like the Santa half. And it was like close to DC where the C&O trail is. And they were like, it's paved in some parts. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to wear my carbon plated shoes. No, it should be considered a trail race because it was so rocky. And so it was a good turnout, but I think a lot of people were expecting like a paved trail, like a paved bike trail. But I was still close to breaking 1:30. But I mean, there's always next time.
Yeah.
And then since then, we had that big snowstorm come through at the end of January, and I had signed up to do a 9-hour ultra for my birthday. I was planning on running 42 miles for turning 42.
We get it.
But I had to. They canceled it and they set it for a later date. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that one because it is a few weeks out from Boston of this year. So I had to defer for next year. So I guess next year I'll have to run 43 miles instead of 42.
There you go.
Just added a mile on.
Yeah, that's okay. But I am really looking forward to Boston this year because my one friend who moved to Germany is flying back for Boston. And then my other friend, Lizzie, we're going to be reunited. And it's the first time since Chicago. So I'm very excited. I'll be with my girls. And I think 2 weeks before Boston, I'm going to be running the 10-miler Cherry Blossom in DC.
Oh,
So,
I've heard such good
awesome.
things about that
Yeah.
race.
It's a great one. It is flat and fast, and just running around DC, and it's one of my favorite places to run because you have all the sights there, and then if you're lucky enough, the cherry blossoms are still there or are still in bloom. Sometimes you miss it, but that's okay. But I'm excited for that one. Last year, I had to defer that race because I had an emergency dental procedure done a day or two before, and I was just like I was in pain, and I'm like, I can't do this right now, so better to put it off for this year. So I'll get to run it again.
That's awesome.
That's
So
awesome.
Jess, talk to us about how your training is going this year for Boston, and do you have what are your goals for the race?
For Boston, this year, so after I did my half in December, I had maybe like a week or two before I started training for Boston. And I don't know what it was. I was just like, training was different this time around. I felt very just out of it. It wasn't my normal or typical feeling how I get like when I start training. Usually I'm like so excited, and this time around, it's like it was really hard to get into, but now I think I finally broke through the mold and I'm like feeling like myself again. I don't know. I think it was just with the weather situation going on and not being able to run outside those few weeks where the weather was really shitty. I think I'm finally starting to feel like I'm hitting those paces on the hard workouts. I'm nailing those long runs, and I'm feeling really confident this year. So my goal for Boston is to break 3:20. The last year I was like 3:23, so I was like almost there. And then the year before that, I was like, I'll just run whatever because it's my very first one. But now I'm really motivated to at least hit my normal marathon time. So. And of course, to get up those hills, I mean, without stopping, those hills are a killer.
Oh, yeah. I know. I saw that you did a 20-miler this weekend, and you were just like ecstatic. And as runners, I'm like, I felt your social media post, and I was like fist pumping for you because I was yes, finally. You know, you go through the struggle of all the hard runs, but I think the hard runs make us stronger, and you keep putting yourself out there. And then finally you're like, oh my God, thank God I had the run. And I you know, it just gives you that motivation that you're like, all right, we can do this. So
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I've never done this race before, but it's like this training, it's like so many factors were happening. And then a few weeks ago, it was like one of the coldest weekends of the year, and the winds were like 20, 25-mile-an-hour winds. And it was just like that run felt so hard. And I kind of was like, had to do a reset. I'm like, okay, normally you would feel really great on this run, but because, you know, with all these factors coming in, it just wasn't your day. And that's how we are as runners. Some days are like amazing, and then other days are just like, nah, just at least I got through it, and I'll just try it again tomorrow or try it again next weekend.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, feeling like I can't put all this pressure on myself because it's supposed to be fun. But then we have those runs where like, oh God, that was the worst. And it really was, but at least I was suffering with my friend who was there with me.
That's always
She was
nice.
the one motivating. She's like, I would be like, hold on. Like the wind would like hit my face, and I would be like, give me a minute. And she's like, we can do this. We got 3 more miles. And I'm like, all right. So, but yesterday's run felt so good. I was just like, like feeling amazing. The weather was great. And just, I was in such a good mood. And that was just like, those are the runs that I live for. And, you know, you're not always going to have it. So I really cherish those runs.
Well, especially after you've been, you know, as you said yourself, struggling for this whole training cycle, or what seems like your whole training cycle, right? Where it just isn't, the runs aren't feeling good. You're not finding the same like groove that you're usually in for your training. So to finally have that like one where you just hit the nail on the head and everything feels perfect that's like the best feeling.
Yes. Yeah. And
Not
that's, I think that's what all runners are striving for, you know?
Yeah.
Stop.
Absolutely.
And Jess, I love that you're so open on social media too. I think you have one of the best social medias out there. I'm still surprised when I log into TikTok and you haven't gone viral. You have a couple videos that have, but I'm like, God, you should have so many more followers. You put so much into it, and I love that. Like, it's the good, the bad, the ugly, the funny stuff. It's great. Like I think you did a treadmill run this winter that was, I don't even know how many miles it was, but I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like 15, 16, 18 miles on a treadmill. I'm like, that is like unheard of.
Man.
Like, yeah. And it's just, I think
insane.
you do such a great job. And I love, we have a couple like mutual TikTok followers just because the running community on TikTok is so great. But I love how much effort you put into it. And I'm like, where did she find the time for this? Because you're a mom, you're a kindergarten teacher, like you do it all.
You know, I want to be, I don't consider myself an influencer whatsoever. I'm very far from it because I like to keep it real. And I feel like a lot of influencers that we see, it's like, I was talking to my friend about this actually. We were talking about how so many influencers that we see, it's not our reality, right? It may be their reality, but for us, it's like, that's not it. It's like, we have these 9-to-5 jobs. We have to find time to get these runs in. You know, some of us are parents, and we're trying to do the most we can with them, and then balancing being a parent on top of that. And, you know, just it's become my normal, you know? So I'm like, you know, and yeah, there are those times where you feel like you're going to have a dump on a run. And so you got to run into the woods. And that is like so real to me. So yes. That's who I am. And I just want to, and then there are times where I'm like, I do want to inspire people to, you know, no matter how old you're feeling or how young you are, you can do this. Like, you know, no matter what pace or the age, you can do this. And that's what I want people to take away from, you know, when they come and they like see what I've got, see my profile, or just, you know, I like putting out funny content, but also keeping it very real because that's me. Like, that's who I am. So.
Yes.
Well, you do an
yeah.
awesome
So how
job.
do you juggle it all?
Thank you.
How do you juggle being a parent and working as a pre-K teacher and doing your social media and obviously training and I'm sure that's not all you do. I'm sure there's other stuff you have going on in your life. So what's your secret?
Girl, I don't even know. There's no secret. I do my runs in the morning, and then if I have time, like before I get my kids up for school, I'm like finding time to edit. We also, like, my family and I just got 2 bearded dragons. So I'm like, not only am I a dog mom, a cat mom, now I'm a beardy mom. So finding, and then like I gotta make their food, I gotta get the kids ready for school, pack the lunches. I like try to fit everything in. And then, I go to work, and then I'm like corralling kindergartners and doing my best to make sure that they become good human beings and build a good foundation with them, and then come home, spend time with the hubs and the kids, and then if I'm like, I am such a couch potato after work, and I come home, I get the lunches done, the dinner's done, and then I veg out. And that's when I do, like, I'm like, that's when I come up with some ideas on like certain like TikToks or certain posts. I'm like, that's when I do my edits. And honestly, I'm not fancy at all. I don't have a Ring camera. I'm like holding it up, and I'm so basic, but that's who I am. I like to keep it real. And I don't have like no makeup. I'm like, that's my life. So
that's what I want. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah. Like the fake stuff, or like people being, a little, the stuff that you can relate to. And that's people love that. So keep doing what you're doing, because I think you do a great job. I think you're like one of my favorite people to follow on social media. So one of these days you're going to get famous. I know you are.
No, I'm just keeping it real, and I just want to find people to connect with my reality, But I mean, the running community overall, you get those really high influencers, but then you also get the real people, the people who are like me, who are doing like the nitty gritty, and, try to balance being an athlete and being a parent or being an adult. We're all out here trying to do it.
Right. And you also have like a very demanding job too. I mean, you're taking care of 5 years old, 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, and the tiny human.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. I mean, it's very inspiring, and for you to find the time and do everything that you do, it's just awesome. So I'm a huge fan, and I'm so glad that we got to meet in person last year, and maybe we'll see you again this year in Boston.
Yeah. I'm planning on it. I got a list of people that I want to meet up with again, and I want to see and connect with, and I'll see you in Boston, right?
Yeah, we'll be there. Definitely going down Saturday.
We'll be there.
And then obviously for Marathon Monday to cheer. So you'll see us at 19.1. But hopefully we'll be able to do another thing like we did at Sam Adams.
I would love that.
Much fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's so cool when you like meet people online and then you get to meet them in person. It just makes it so much better and real and stuff. And then you just have that connection, and it's very cool.
I love it. Yeah, I met a bunch of people in Boston last year. And I still feel like like you said, it's different when you're online friends, and then when you meet them in person, you have that like, I finally have that like connection with them, and then you do everything you can to I do like to keep in touch with a lot of the people that I met.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So Jess, what do you have coming up after Boston?
Let's see. After Boston, I have a few races that I plan on signing up for. So I put in my application for New York.
Ooh.
I know. I was like, I'm like really, really hoping to get into New York, because if I get in, that would be my third real major, and then it's like, man, I just gotta knock out
gotta do them all.
I gotta do them all now. I gotta go see the world.
The international ones, all of those.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Chicago will be my third star, so now I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta go overseas.
It's only up from here, but I'm hoping to get into New York. That would be great. My friend and I are planning on signing up for Marine Corps, because I heard that one is an amazing race, and it's like in my neighborhood, like well, kind of, it's like 40 minutes away, but still it's like close enough to where we can drive there, and planning on doing that one. And then my husband started running, so I'm really trying to get him
Nice.
to do a half marathon. Maybe the Philly one. I don't know. We'll see. Because Philly is always a fun one to do, right? I've done that was my marathon that I PR'd in, and I mean I would be doing the half with them, but it's like it's a great race to go to, and I don't know, we'll see about that one. But I have some other ones that I'm eyeing up too, but I don't want to say just yet because I really want to make it like, if I do it, then I'm gonna go feet first, but I'm on the fence about it.
Do you have any other ultras this year on the docket, or does that remain to be seen?
I got my eye on one. But that kind of depends on if we're gonna do the Philly half, because it's in the same weekend as that. Really want to like do JFK. So
that's
a 50
I've heard
miler,
good things
right?
about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, I got my eye on that one, but that happens around the same time as Philly. So we'll see.
Is a goal for you every year to BQ for Boston? Like, will you run Boston every year if you can? Or
I would like to. That would be a dream. But there's also other races that I want to run that are happening around this time of year. Like I would like to travel to these different races, like the Mesa one.
Oh yeah.
Or Grandma's. I heard that one's a nice one.
I'm going to that.
You are?
Yeah, I'm going with Erica, but she's doing the full. Yeah, I'm only doing the half, but I'll be there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or like even Flying Pig. I heard that one's a fun one.
Yeah.
So I would like to do, like it would be really cool to do Boston every year. Actually, last year, my husband and I, we actually met someone. His name's Michael, and I believe he's done. He had gotten like a plaque for doing 25 consecutive Bostons.
Is it Mike Beeman, the older guy?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a different Michael.
Oh, okay.
No, but
like,
I know Beeman. I know him.
Okay. I was like, slay the day.
Yes, slay the day. No, I would love to meet him. Beeman, I want to meet you.
Oh, he's so sweet. He's
no.
nice.
This is
You can
another
meet him
Michael.
this year.
Okay.
It was a couple. It was a couple that we met. Him and his husband Monty, they go to Boston every year, and I mean, they're both amazing, but he's like, yeah, we go to this hotel for the weekend, and it was the same hotel we were staying at last year, so we're staying at the same hotel as them this year, so I'm hoping to meet them again and share another beer with them, because they are just like they are so amazing. But he's run Boston like for 25 consecutive years, and he had gotten like a letter in the mail, and that would be a dream, right? This would be my third consecutive one, and I would like to keep it going, but I also want to run some other races as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
That's cool. So Jess, how did you get your husband into running? Did he express interest first, or did you try and influence him?
So actually, when I started running, I got into running through like I was trying to lose baby weight. This was almost 10 years ago. And I was really into like CrossFit and a lot of cardio. And we went to the beach. We went on vacation one year, and at that time I was like doing Shaun T's Insanity, and I couldn't bring I don't have a portable DVD player. So I was like, man, what am I going to do while I'm on vacation? And he's like, why don't you go run? And, that'll be your cardio for the week. I was like, yeah, I guess I could do that. So that's how I got into running was that like on vacation, I started running, and that's when everything was just like, oh my gosh, what have I been missing? And now, well, a few years ago, we decided to get like a treadmill, like a good one, because we had bought a used treadmill And when I was training on that one, it actually crapped out maybe like a month after my first marathon. And so as like a Christmas gift, we had gotten like a brand new treadmill that came with like the iFit program.
Mm-hmm.
And so he started, like, I was using it just manually, and he was actually using like the programs that the iFit trainers, you can like run with them through like different destinations. And so that's how he got into it. And I'm like, we had done a 10K before, and he's like, I'm never running with you again because, you know, you kept running back to me. And I was like, I just wanted to run with you. But he is on the fence about doing a race this year. And I'm like, I promise I won't do that. I'll run my own race. I don't even have to run with you. It's fine. So hopefully he won't hear this. No. But yeah, I'm like trying to get him to like run a race, and I'm like, it's so much fun. So we'll see. We'll see.
But that's what pushes you over the edge. Yeah. That's what pushes you over the edge once you start racing. Yeah.
One race, that's all it takes.
Yeah. Well, for him, the 10K that we did a Bay Bridge run a few years ago. And like, it was so cold that day. He ran that race with me. And then I was like, let's do another race. He's like, no, I'm good. So now he's starting to maybe like dip his toe back into like actually like running a race with me. I'm like, well,
that's awesome. So how about your kids? You have 2 kids, right?
Yeah, I have 2 boys. Jack is 13 and Andy is 10. So they both play soccer. They've been playing soccer for the past 5 or 6 years. And they both have different strengths. And I played soccer when I was in high school. So, and I always think it's great eye-hand coordination as a sport. You know, you're getting the endurance. And I'm like trying to talk my oldest one into doing cross country like next year for high school. And he's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm like, all right, fine. But yeah, they both play sports, and every year we do like a turkey trot. The past like 2 years though, we've done like a turkey trot around my neighborhood, and we call it a turkey trot. But I try to get them to do it. They just want to do their own thing. I'm like, okay, I don't want to push you into it, but
don't force it,
you'd
right?
be really great. You'd be a really strong runner, or you know. But
they could find it on their own later on.
Yeah, maybe they will, and you know, then we can do the 5Ks together when I'm like 80 or something.
So Jess, looking forward into like not the near future, but just in general, the distant future, what are some of your like big goals? What's a dream race you would love to go to? What's your ultimate?
Oh man, there's so many dream races, but my ultimate goal is just to stay healthy, to stay active, to not be injured, because I see runners who are out there and they'll like push themselves to the limit and avoid and not take care of themselves, and they get injured easily. You know what I mean? And that was me when I started running. I always thought you had to be go, 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 but then I would get injured. And then once I felt good enough to run, I'd be like, go, 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 go. And then I get injured again. And so now I finally found that, rest is important, taking care of yourself. It's okay if you don't feel like you need to get up, like you need to take care of yourself before you go out for that run. Be like, okay, am I feeling good enough to run today? If I'm not, if I'm like extra tired, or I feel like something in my leg is bothering me or my foot, I'm like, okay, let's take another rest day and then reassess tomorrow. I'm not always like I'm not always grinding, or I feel good enough to run. And I want to keep that up for as long as I can, because I'm not getting any younger. And I do enjoy this so much that I want to continue it, because I believe, like, yes, a rolling stone gathers no moss, but if you don't take time to take care of yourself, you're going to like something drastic could happen and I may never be able to run again. So my overall goal is to keep doing this as long as I can because I enjoy it. And, I see people in their 70s and 80s still running marathons and ultras, and I'm like, that's my goal. I want to do that. When I'm retired, that's what I want to do. Or I want to be that person that's volunteering at races and, giving back to this community that I have grown to love so much. So,
yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way.
Yeah, I believe you did you posted, I don't know how long ago it was, but you did make it might have been a TikTok, but you were not feeling well or you didn't get enough sleep and you were like, hey, I'm not doing my run today because I don't feel good and this is okay. And I was like, we need more of that because people are like, oh, I slept 2 hours last night, but I got to get my 10 miler in. And it's like, that run is going to be shit because you have no energy and you didn't sleep well. And, people that run through injuries and they make something that's a strain into a fracture. I get it. We've all been there and it's easy to say, no, don't do that. But taking your own advice is hard to do. But from somebody that's been injured before, it's the minute something is, not right, you got to take care of it. So I fully am on board with that with you. I think that's a great message.
Yeah. And, I think it's more of like when you're injured, you miss that activity so much that you want it. Like I had a friend who my friend Lizzie, like 2 years ago, we were running on the trail, or she had actually injured her foot during an ultra that we did, but she didn't know she had injured it until we were running back on the trail together. And she actually ended up breaking like a part in her foot. I can't remember which part. And she was out for like 2 months with a boot on. And like it killed her not to want to, not to run with, me and my other friend, because that was our thing. Like we would meet up every Saturday, and that's when we would, get our run in, have our post run coffee and just vent, that was our thing. And, when you're missing that, and then especially on top of that, if you use running as a way like for mental health, that's a big thing. So it's very important that, we take that break so that way we're not going through that, like, the hardest times when we could use a run and we're not able to.
Yeah, that's excellent advice. Excellent. I feel like a lot of times it comes with age.
Yes.
That you have to kind of go through those steps of getting injured, of being kind of dumb, pushing yourself when you shouldn't, to realize like, no, I'd rather take it easy when I'm not feeling right so that I can keep going and have more longevity. Yeah,
exactly. And that's how I am now, because when I first started, none of that mattered. All that mattered was I had to get my run in. Or, now it's like, well, I get to go because I'm not injured, or, and I just have a totally different mindset than I did 8 or 9 years ago. So.
Yeah. So your friends that you run with, did you meet them through running, or were they already your friends and you all sort of got into running together? A mixture.
I actually met them. So there's a running group in our county, and I believe it's in every county in our state. It's called She Runs This Town.
Yep. And
it's like they have like different chapters. So I had met them through this group, and they're like someone reached out to me and said, hey, it wasn't Lizzie or Corinne, but it was another girl who said, hey, we're meeting at this time on this trail. Would you like to come run with us? I was like, yeah. So, and then through that group that I started running with, that's how I met Corinne. And then eventually that's how I met Lizzie. And then we've kind of formed a really strong bond because we were all talking about the same thing and we had a lot in common. And then we're like, well, let's, like at that time we were meeting at like like 6 or 7 in the morning. I'm like, well, we can meet earlier and we can run longer. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. So we just kind of broke away from that group and just started running together. And we kind of made it a thing to the point where we all got matching tattoos that say Saturdays at 5. So, and that's kind of, yeah. So we had gotten this last year. It's a running show,
cool.
and Saturdays at 5.
So cool. I love that.
We had gotten that tattoo last year after we ran the Philly Love Run together. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That's actually how I met Tara and Erica, was from She Runs This Town. So
yeah,
it's just funny how it...
Yeah.
And yeah.
We have one, just She Runs This Town, New Hampshire, because New Hampshire is so small.
Wow, okay.
So with you being in Maryland, I'm sure there's different counties.
Yeah,
and
there's
stuff.
different counties. Yeah.
But we have groups in She Runs This Town. Like, there's people that are up in northern New Hampshire on the seacoast, and Manchester over in like western. But it's a great group, and same exact thing happened with me. I met my people, and then we kind of went off.
Yeah, just broke off, and now you're doing your own thing. Yeah.
But now I guess we have to get tattoos. I don't know what they would say, but we were
I mean, you guys can. I mean, you can figure it out with Erica. I'm sure she'd be down. Erica, get a tattoo.
Yes.
She doesn't have any tattoos yet. Wait, you don't either, right, Tara?
I don't either.
Do you have a tattoo?
Oh, there you go.
No,
I didn't think so.
No, I'm deathly scared of needles. Yeah.
Oh, girl, it's not that bad. It's not.
I know.
Because
it's not bad.
It's like a race. Once you get one, you're gonna want another, and another, and another.
We'll record in a year, and I'm gonna have a whole face tat. I'll be like, you were right.
No regrets.
Yeah, no regrets.
No regrets.
Right.
That's awesome.
So, what day do you come in for Boston? You come in Friday?
So my husband and I are flying in Saturday. I believe we get in.
Okay.
I think our flight from Baltimore, we fly from Baltimore like around, I want to say 1. So we'll be getting into Boston like around 3 or 4, depending on how long we're on the tarmac. I hope we don't get up that. That's happened a few times. But we'll be there Saturday evening, Sunday, and then we take off Tuesday. So.
Well, we'll share all of our details when we have it ironed out for what our weekend is like. So
yes,
we'll hopefully meet up on Saturday. But if not, we will definitely see you Monday. When the purple hair comes flying by. Like, there she goes.
Oh, yeah. How have I not? Okay. Tell me, how did you pick purple? How long have you been doing your hair purple? And how often do you have to color it? I am asking this because I used to do my hair all the time. And now that I'm like gray and white, I just have stopped. But
so it was a COVID thing. So you remember that time we were all inside and people needed. No, it's like
what?
That was just a blip, right?
That was a dream.
That was such a fever dream.
Fever dream.
What the hell?
Fever dream. Yep.
It was that time where, people were like doing really like crazy things with their hair. And I went to my husband and I was like, I really want to shave my head. I don't know why I have this. Like, I need to do something with my hair. And at that time, my hair actually had a pixie cut. And he's like, are you sure? Maybe you ought to rethink it. Not that you wouldn't look good without hair. He worded it in a way where I didn't get offended and saying, like, you wouldn't look good with a bald head.
Smart
but
man.
He was like, yeah. Because he shaves his head. So I was like, well, that's not fair. I want to do something with my hair. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to dye it. And purple has always been one of my favorite colors. And I get a lot of like, go Ravens. And yes, as much as I love the Ravens, this hair is not for you. Sorry. But it was my favorite color. So a friend of mine had an opening, and I think it was sometime around May when everything was starting to open back up. She had me come over to the place where she worked at, and she's like, all right, what are we doing? I said, I really want to dye my hair purple. I don't know why, but everyone's doing stuff to their hair. I'm too afraid to like take a pair of scissors and start going. So I would like to dye my hair purple. And she's like, all right, let's go. So I just got my hair and then just dyed my hair. And when I got home, my husband, he's like, I love it, but you look like a Muppet. And I said, oh, thank you. And then the upkeep is just, I still use this type of shampoo. It's like a purple shampoo. It's called Viral. Mm-hmm. And now I just get my roots done, but I use this purple shampoo like once a week just to keep the color bright. And all I get done is my roots. But I remember when we had to go back to work in person that year, the place I was working at was at a private school. And a few weeks before school started, my principal came up and he's like, that's going to wash out, right? I said, yeah, it's it's that kind of dye where it'll wash out in like a few weeks. And here we are 6 years later.
I'm sure your kids love it. I bet they love it.
They do. Well, they can pick me easy out of a crowd.
Yeah,
which,
for sure.
Which is the perfect excuse to have colored hair. It's like, there's my mom.
Absolutely.
Over there. Well, now that they're older, I'm so cringe and
yes.
embarrassing.
You're embarrassing, right?
And I'm loving it, so it's fine. I'd like to call myself eccentric, so. But yeah, that's the story of my purple hair.
Love it.
Well, I love it.
I think it's a good look, and I've never known you without purple hair, so you have to keep it forever.
A lot of people have it, and they're like, "Are you trying to be like Ashley Paulson, or are you trying to make a statement?" I'm like, I just like the color purple. Like,
yeah, right.
But
you don't need to have a reason.
Yeah, you don't need to have a reason. Just go out, and then of course I relate. I relate to even before purple hair. I've always related to children, so this just makes me more fun.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
I mean, I agree.
Awesome.
I agree.
It's
so.
Fun.
Is there anything else you want to catch up on? Tell the listeners about. I'm gonna say the listener. Hi, Jeremy. No, just kidding.
We have more than one.
Is there anything else you want to bring us up to speed on, or?
That's pretty much it. I'm just out here vibing, I'm just doing my thing, and I just can't wait to see you guys in Boston, and
yes.
I'm just excited to meet others along the way and hopefully meet some more runners in the community.
Absolutely. Well, you're super inspiring, so I think you're going to
Thank you.
Probably get a lot of people back into running or into running in the first place. And
I hope so.
I think it's awesome. Yeah.
Definitely keep doing what you're doing. And honestly, what I say is if you can change one person or help one person, what you're doing is working. So
Thank you.
Keep doing it. I love your stuff. So, and we cannot wait to see you in Boston in, oh my God, next month, because it's March.
Next month.
Oh my God. I can't believe that.
I know.
Yeah.
6 weeks, maybe 7.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be here before you know it.
6,
Yeah.
7.
6, 7.
Oh my God. My kids are like, Mom, that's
for
a
you,
dead
Erica.
meme.
Eric's going to love that. Awesome.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So cool. Awesome. Thanks for giving us your time on a Sunday. I know you don't have a lot of time, but we appreciate it. Love catching up with you.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck in Boston.
Thanks so much.
And we'll see you soon.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye, Jess.
It was a blast, Jess.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you again.
Tara, is there anything else that you want to chat about before we sign off? When do you guys leave? When are you flying out?
So we fly out on Thursday, March 5th. We have a 5:30 a.m. flight, which Erica loves. So I'm going to have to be my normal 10. I got to bring it down to like a 4. But we get into Myrtle at 10 a.m. And then I think we're just hanging out on Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to go golfing again, which I'm psyched about. And then we'll do a little shakeout run. And then the race is Saturday. We come home Sunday. So getting our redemption.
Nice.
Yeah, we're excited. So maybe we'll do a little recap about our Myrtle, her full marathon and my half. We'll give you all the deets.
We could just do a recap and have Eric on.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe we'll do that in March.
I like how we just decided that.
Yes,
that's what we're doing, Eric. That's what we're doing. Oh, also, once again, another episode with a massive lack of burps.
Well, it's like midday. I'm drinking water. But I absolutely love Jess. She is like definitely a whole vibe. She's just such a cool person,
awesome.
Down to earth. And she's just really cool. And again, something this podcast has brought an amazing person into our lives, and we get to chat with her. So super cool. I wish her nothing but the best in Boston. I hope she does a full send and runs her little short legs up Heartbreak Hill and shows who's boss. She's so fast.
She's gonna fly
awesome.
right.
I know
she's gonna fly right by us.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you see the purple streak. She actually last year she came in, she angled in, said hi real quick, and then kept going up the hill.
And then was off. Yeah.
Yep.
I can only dream to be as fast as her. She's so
oh my God,
fast.
I know. She is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah. So everyone, thank you for joining us. We hope you liked our catch up, our recap with Jess Lindeman. And we will see you sometime next month to hopefully, or later this month, I should say, to hopefully recap Tara and Erica's half and full in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. It'll be South Carolina State 14.
State 14. So by the end of this year, are you going to be 20 states?
Yeah, I think I have 9. I have 9 half marathon, 9 different states. I have 9. I could do that reel with what's her name from Bridesmaids. I got 9. I may have overcommitted. I have 9. I'm visiting 9 states.
You need a sugar daddy to pay for all these races.
I do. I actually do.
Or a sugar mama, whoever. Sugar mama,
at this
sugar
point,
daddy.
I'll take either.
Both. Take one of
Not
each.
Not picky. So.
All right. Well, we hope everyone enjoyed sample 12 of the recap. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to give On the Runs a follow, or Monday Night Media a follow on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. And
yes.
Are we missing anything? Twitter? X, whatever it's called? Meh.
We don't really use that, no.
Those things, that stuff, yeah.
No.
And you can also subscribe, become a Patreon.
Yes.
So, yeah. Do that. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. Thank you to our loyal listeners.
Thank you, loyal listener. Loyal listener.
And,
hi, Jeremy.
All right, Lindsay, take us away.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Remember, isn't it don't trust it? You say it first.
Oh, I thought you were going first. All right, hold on. Starting
Scratch
over.
that.
Okay.
You're never trust a fart, so you gotta kick it off.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. We had a blast. Hope you guys love our interview with Jess. And don't forget, never trust a fart.
And don't forget the butt wipes.
See you next time. Deuces.
Bye.
All right, now we will record our outies.
And our outies? Is that going to be our thing now?
Outies.
Our innies and outies?
Innies and outies, not the tros. They're not now called the innies and the outies. Oh, God. All right.